I know your husband. Because Squeeze might be he's on the jury.
There we go, that's it. John Haynes used to help me sit me and read people. I think computerised.
This will be worth a lot of money, this one.
That's the mayor of Marigold. The mayor of Marigold. Don't worry about how you can do no matter. Don't worry, he hasn't.
There's no sound either.
No sound. Jersey, don't leave, right? We're going back to the old.
Get on you, Carl.
Look, there's heaps over there, look.
Where do you want to go?
Come on, Barry, get this construction out of here, man. Come on,
Robbie, baby, you're on.
Hello, Ben.
Early Meadows.
Did you get me coming up the stairs?
Not yet. He's
I'll go
fucking
back
out the
down.
road.
Will I go down?
Yep, go down.
Good one, Ben.
Shirley. Kip man.
And Gwen, accompanied by the Chief of the Town Staff.
Could you remain standing while the town clerk reads the prayer?
Almighty God, we humbly beseech Thee to vouchsafe thy blessing upon this council. Direct and prosper its deliberations to the advancement of thy glory and the true welfare of the people of the city of Altona. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Please be seated. Could I welcome you to this celebration, because I think this evening is a celebration. There's no significance in the fact that this is the shortest day. I don't think there's any significance in that fact, so please don't read any into it. I got a postcard from Mr. Coogan today, and he said this is due to the amalgamations that you had to have, and I thanked him very much for that. But it's one of our, in welcoming this particular meeting, I take particular note of what one of our outdoor staff said, and I won't name him, but he said this whole procedure is like the breaking up of a family, and that's the way some people feel about it, but it's good to have that happy family feeling here this evening. Can I in particular welcome, and I'll name these people because we're very pleased that they could come here. Firstly, Reds and Dorothy Watson. Reds, where are you? Reds, if you can indicate where you are. Yes, Reds was on the first council of the City of Altona, and he spent 3 years on the council, and I had to stop his wife Dorothy talking to me tonight. She was telling us about Altona in the early days, having meetings at Father Neely's Hall, and all the things that the ratepayers did. It was terrific to hear. I read about those things, but thanks very much for coming. Bill Lee, Bill, everybody knows Bill Lee, I'm certain. Welcome, Bill. And Charlie and Margaret Carlson. You here? No. Yep, sorry, Charlie. Looks in the front. Welcome. And Sophie Jurger, wife of Cass Jurger. Sophie. Yes, welcome, Sophie. And Ray Richards. Is Ray here? No, I haven't seen Ray, but I believe he'll be coming later. Pat and Bridie Lynch. No, not here. Pat's up to his usual form. He's always late for meetings. And I must say this, Doug and Lola Grant were here at about 7:15. I think they thought that they were going to miss out on a seat. No worries, Doug. We've got a reserved seat for you. And David and Belle Graham. Yes, welcome back, David. And Les and June Crooks. And I also welcome past officers, and it's excellent to see Mr. and Mrs. Sid Bell here. Yes, well known to everybody. And Mr. and Mrs. James Waters, that's Elizabeth's in both cases. Nice welcome. And I'm certain a lot of people want to have a word with all of you people. Also, we've got our citizens of the year, Mr. and Mrs. Ray Willis. Yes, over here on my side. Beryl Heavey. Yes, Beryl, welcome. And Mr. and Mrs. Barry Hanson. Yes, and Barry's on the video.
Just a minute.
That's not how he got the awards, I know look at the video. Mr. and Mrs. James Cameron. Yes, over there, James. And Les King. Yes, Les is there by the door. And Mr. and Mrs. Charlie Tricky. Good, welcome, Charlie. I mentioned all those people because they're a special part of the City of Altona. And isn't it interesting that Dorothy stole my introduction. She said that in 1957 we broke away from, or the Shire of Altona was formed because Werribee did nothing basically for Altona. It was interesting because we all read about that, and in order to get the roads fixed or any sort of work done, Werribee weren't exactly doing it. So the Shire started in 1957, a very proud year. 11 years later, in 68, Altona was declared a city with its first Shire President, Les Price. Now, 26 years later, it appears that the City of Altona will no longer exist, but that's not really true, because the City of Altona will exist in our minds and our hearts. It was very interesting when we went to speak with Williamstown that I used to come from West Newport. I now live in North Altona. When I first came to Altona 28 years ago, it might be 29, 30, I forget exactly how many, we were in the West Newport, and the people from that particular area didn't want to know Williamstown because Williamstown had the chance to come and take over the whole area. And it was interesting that the ugly duckling called Altona is now the Toorak of the West, because when we spoke to Williamstown recently, they said this whole amalgamation thing is Altona taking over Williamstown. And I thought, well, how things have changed. They had the chance to expand when they should have. They didn't have the foresight to talk about it. And I think in our early history, we were worried about roads, and then we took more concern. I always remember the road crews that we had. We were always in Altona, we had road crews. I think you can remember that, and I can remember that. And then once we got the roads, we went on to things like trees and beautifying the area. And those who haven't been here for a long time notice that. And of late, we've been going more for facilities. But I think underlying all that, and I welcomed the meeting with this thought, I think underlying all that was the ownership of the area. I think we all own the City of Altona. We grew up with it, and our children, if they could, still stayed in the area. And I think I noticed this particularly when we had the amalgamation meetings, that we had enormous meetings, 500 plus people there. I dreaded addressing those meetings. But once we got over the first meeting, for those of you who were here, I'm certain you were there and you can remember, what the meeting told us to do. I just remember one gentleman come up afterwards and said, you organised that meeting, you had all those people getting up and saying all those things. And I said, well, I'm pretty good, but I'm not that good. And he said to me, if you remember the first meeting, the criteria was set as to how we were going to conduct ourselves. And I think that's the way we've conducted ourselves from the word go. I forget the people, and it doesn't matter. If you were there, you'll know what I'm talking about. They said, let's have a campaign to save the city if we can that's conducted with dignity. That was the first thing. The second thing they said was, we don't want it to be a political campaign. We want it to be apolitical. No politics involved whatsoever. And the third thing I can remember people saying was that they wanted every possible means pursued by the council to save the city if they could. But if that wasn't possible, then let's get on with what's going to happen. And that's what we're doing here this evening. Can I, with pride and celebration, open this meeting, looking back on 37 years, is it? And somebody said to me just before Christmas, how are we going to celebrate the 25 years? And 2 minutes later, Mr. Kenneth dropped his bombshell on us and said that he's talking about amalgamations. So we're celebrating, not quite the way we wanted to, but this particular evening, I look forward with anticipation and pride of the good things we've done. And if you go back those 37, nearly 40 years ago, those people approached the future with confidence, and I think we've got to do the same. I welcome you to this meeting. Councillors, we've got a motion on the agenda, and those who've got a program, we're going to follow the motions. C, motion arising from the Inner Metropolitan Boundary Review.
Yes, Mr Mayor, as the senior councillor, I was never expected to get this role, but I move that the council note that after 37 years of service consisting of 11 years as the Shire and 26 years as the city, the City of Altona is to be abolished by an order in council, and the city is merged with the City of Williamstown, a Lavender residential area of the City of Werribee, and the South Kingsville area of the City of Footscray to form the new municipality, the City of Hobsons Bay. Also moved. With regret.
Councillor Shaw.
After all these years, and it's not with pleasure that I seek the motion. I support the motion and second that this motion be made.
Right, move Councillor Summers, second Councillor Shaw. Any further comments, discussion, objections? Declare it carried. Notice of appreciation, item D. Councillor Clement.
Well, Mr Mayor, I think you made a comment in your welcome that really said everything that one could say about Altona and its people. And I would like to move the motion of appreciation that we do acknowledge the humbly acknowledge actually the service of those men and women who offered themselves as elected councillors and who served the City of Altona with diligence and commitment. Those councillors who accepted nomination to the office of President of the Shire prior to 1968 and the office of Mayor after 1968 and who provided leadership, inspiration and loyalty in these roles. Those members of staff, past and present, who provided the council with loyal, efficient and professional support. Those members of the community, those family of Altona, who provided a network of assistance in a voluntary capacity to support council. Those public and private authorities and institutions which contributed to the overall benefit and the development of the City of Altona. We also appreciate the local members of Parliament who have represented and supported the council and the Altona community. And it is with pleasure that I do that motion of appreciation to all those people. Mayor.
Move Councillor Clement.
Mr Mayor, it's certainly my pleasure to support Councillor Clement in seconding that motion. I do believe, sir, that we have been blessed with the people that have served this municipality over those 37 years, whether they be as councillors, members of Parliament, members of the community or industry or whatever. I think everybody within the city or the Shire, as it previously was, has worked towards the benefit of the Shire or the City of Altona. Much pleasure in seconding that motion, sir.
Move Councillor Clement, second Councillor Hoskin. Any further discussion? Objections? If not, declare it carried unanimously. The motion of support and goodwill.
Yes, Mr Mayor, I know we like change, sir, but perhaps we should look on change as progress for the future. We should take a positive step in the view and look towards our future. As such, sir, I move the motion of support and goodwill that the Council of the City of Altona, on behalf of its ratepayers and residents, hereby records support and goodwill to the successor, municipality and its council. So moved, sir.
Yes, Mr Mayor, it's my pleasure to second motion E, the motion of support and goodwill. As we move from one era to another, I think it is most important that we approach it in a very positive way. So I'm happy to support that motion, Mr Mayor.
Move Councillor Bernard, second Councillor Murdoch. No discussion, objections, if not, declare it carried. Item F is presentation to the councillors. I'll move forward and each of the councillors will be given an illuminated address recognising their services. And I'd ask the councillors' partners if they could come forward, please, to receive a presentation as well. Councillor Clement and his good lady, could you come forward, please? A lot of you don't know, but it must be said that Councillor Clement was going to be Mayor next year. It was his turn this year, and he said to me, look, you have a turn this year and I'll take over next year. Unfortunately, Steve was made redundant at work, but that was a real pleasure from my point of view, because Steve was a tremendous support for me while I was Mayor. And I think that he's been more Mayor than I have this year in terms of my employment. But when you look at these illuminated addresses, they say wonderful things like in recognition of 20 years of exceptional service to the Altona community as a council of the City of Altona since being elected on the 24th of August 1974. And I think the rest of it you can read with Steve, but I think there's no doubt about it, Steve, your heart and soul in the council, and I do appreciate all the services you do. Congratulations. A very small matter, but we've also had a photo taken at the last council, and we just had the councils on their own or the councils and the staff, and the councils are most insistent we have the two together because it's always been teamwork in Altona, and I was pleased the councils made that decision. For you, Steve.
Thank you. Oh, I think I can put that down. You don't want me to hold that, do you? Yes, you do.
And before we start, Steve, can I say that, like my own case, it's very important for the council to have the support of his whole family, and Steve's got that in Maurice. He's a backstop. Thanks very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for that honour which you've bestowed on, which actually the residents of Altona have bestowed on Marie and I. I think your comment that we in Altona have a feeling that we owned Altona is a very true comment. Being a councillor for 20 years may seem a life sentence to some people. I mean, I haven't had my long service leave yet, but that looks like it's coming. But I believe that we in Altona, every one of us, not just the councillors, not the past councillors or the present councillors, but every one of us has been part of a family. And I think that's evident tonight, even in this year of the family, that we are together as one. We are a family. And that's what's made it easier to be a councillor in the City of Altona. And Councillor Bernard made the comment in his moving his motion that really we've got to stop looking backwards. There's nothing there for us behind us now, we can only go forward. And we go forward with confidence that Altona will continue to be a good place to work, to live and to play. And I've used Les Croft's words that I've used before. If it is to be, it's up to me. And every one of us has got to think that this is the way. Altona, even though it might be the city of Hobsons Bay, whilst it is Hobsons Bay, it will still be up to us to ensure that it operates in the manner that we believe is the right way. So if it is to be, it's up to me. I have to thank my family. My wife has been a marvellous backstop. I think most people who know us would agree that she has been not behind me pushing, but right there beside me all the way. And I can tell you it's appreciated. And I suppose when one thinks that Altona's been in existence for 37 years, and Marie and I tomorrow will celebrate our 37th wedding anniversary. So we were married at the... So I can say quite really the great things happened 37 years ago. I would also like to thank my family, my boys, my daughter. It's very hard. I hope people could realise what it's like being 11, 12, 13 or 14-year-old teenagers in a municipality like Altona and having a father who was a public figure. It isn't easy. It wouldn't be easy and it wasn't easy. But they were very, very great supporters and I thank them very, very much. With that, to all my supporters, to all of those who spent nights walking the streets, helping at election time and assisting and doing all those little things that are needed to be done to ensure that things operate. Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to share this last 20 years with you.
Come forward. Can I do an unusual step here? Instead of me introducing Councillor Summers, I have a fax here which arrived from Councillor Summers' daughter. You know, it's an resistance bill. Let me read it out because the request has been, I'll read the request first, so it's only short. Unfortunately, I have to go to Sydney this weekend for work, so I won't be able to attend Dad's last official meeting as a councillor tonight. I would really appreciate if you could read the attached note to him at the meeting this evening while we get to that time. And if that is not possible, could you please pass on in my best wishes while we do better than that? Dad! I've only got to sound like it. I'm really disappointed that I can't be in Melbourne to be with you tonight, and heavily miss the bias, really, I couldn't say those things. However, I'll be thinking of you as you give your last address as a councillor of the City of Altona. I think that you have done a fantastic job in your 25 years of service, and I'm extremely proud of you. Love always, Stuart. Present you with this testimony. It's too long to read, but it says that role in the development of Altona since being elected to council in 1969. Your distinguished local government careers included 3 terms as mayor of municipality, 75, 76, 81, 82, and 88, 89, 90. It's all there in writing, Bill. You can read that. Congratulations. Not broken yet, no worry. Pardon us, Bill, but we want that as well.
I haven't got any notes because I think that when you read the notes, it's not given to the people. I came into council back in 1969 and I was put there by the people of Altona, the Altona Ratepayers Association. These people deemed it fitting that I should represent them as a candidate for the City of Altona. I was successful, together with my colleague, ex-councillor Les Cross and the late Harry Weaver. 2 gentlemen that I share a lot of support with. They were 2 gentlemen that I believe made local government happen. Over the years, together with my good wife Kat and our families, we turned around and made Altona, I hope, to what it is today. I have got a lot of admiration for the people that I have worked with over these 25 years, and one particular gentleman that's here tonight and his good lady, and that's Mr. Local Government himself and his wife, Jim and Betty Waters. These 2 people, with my grooming in the local government, without Jim Waters to help me along the lines, if you want to know something about local government or who was in local government, Jim Waters was the man. There was another guy in the background that really helped Jim, and he's not here today, and that was a guy by the name of Ralph Simmons. Old Rubber Ducky, so I used to refer to him as a tremendous person. Ralph, his wife, could never come to council meeting because she was indisposed with an illness that hits people at a very early age in life, but Ralph Simmons was a thorough gentleman. There's guys that I know, and it's good to see Charlie Carlson and Margaret here tonight. Doug and Lola Grant, you know, what a great backstop these 2 were. Les and June Cross, I've got the greatest admiration for these people. We had our fallouts and what have you on that. At the same time, they were here, we could turn around and forget about those sort of things later on and go outside and still be friends. But over the years that I've been here in Altona, I've seen a lot of changes that have taken place, changes for the better, changes that have made Altona to what it is. We are not losing. Altona's name will go on for many, many years from this day forward. I believe that, you know, the people in Altona, they've got a different breed than what's out there. You know, we were cast off from Werribee and what have you. We had the other people that tried to take us over back in 1975 and the 86s and 87s and what have you, but we survived. For the past 25 years, we have been a family, and I think this is what it's all about. We have been a group of people that have strived to make our area a better place to live. My council colleagues around the table here tonight, I give them the utmost in gratification in the way that they've performed their duties as councillors of the city.
The staff. What can I say about the staff? The staff, I can go back from, Lois Wilson in the secretary to chief executive officer or town clerk in those days, Sid Fell, Elizabeth Fell. Tremendous people. Joe Mifson. Joe just retired, took the redundancy package as such. Algie Jockabauskas, just to name a couple. There's another guy up the back here now that I see him down at the golf club quite a lot now, in retirement. Ron Duckman. Tremendous. He came to council and that, he couldn't pour a beer. And we thought, geez, he's not going to last. And he did. And he's a tremendous person. But the thing that I've got to say about Altona is the people. You out there have turned around and made it so much easier for us as councillors to turn around and play our role as councillors. You, the people, are the ones that are, you've got to receive these accolades as such, and I believe that, as far as I'm concerned, Altona, in my memory, revolves around the people of Altona. You've played a magnificent part in making this Shire city to what it is. To wind up, I'd just like to say a few little things about my family. My daughter, what a tremendous surprise. All right, she's up in Sydney at the present time. However, I've got my son and daughter-in-law here, or two daughter-in-laws here, and one future grandson, granddaughter that we're expecting. My kids turned around together with my wife, gave me the ultimate support over these many, many years. Quarter of a century. But to these people, words cannot express how I feel. Thank you very much.
Alan is known as Stumps. Not because he plays cricket, but whenever there is a function, Alan's always the last one to leave. We've been a little bit indulgent with him of recent time because he's been sometimes the second or the third last one to leave, but his reputation is still intact. He still calls me the young councillor and calls me an upstart because I've only been in Altona for about 28 years. But I do notice that he comes from Williamstown, so he's probably part of Hobsons Bay. But Alan, to be more serious, I think you're giving tremendously of yourself to the City of Altona. I can remember in the ratepayers group you were a tower of strength. Alan's a tactician too. He mightn't appear that to people, but the old brain's going all the time. And I think he was very, very instrumental in lots of things that happened in the council. I just want to pick out something here on that I think I should mention. Under the portfolio of welfare and aid services, you admirably chose to devote yourself to those less fortunate than yourself and are totally selfless in giving money. As a result of your work in the area of the aid services, you became widely known as a champion of Altona's oldest residents. I think, Alan, in that particular area, there's lots of other things here, I think you've excelled and you've been an inspiration to younger blokes like I. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for the first time legislator. But when I look round to see the support I've been given in later years, you will notice that I have felt needed what the support everything. I've been very philosophical. I found out that you've got to be able to know what the H means. See the workers of the old times there. My career in municipal affairs started in 1956 when my wife at that time, we got on due go into council Williamstown. And in one foul blow we turned Williamstown from a Labor Control Council into a Labor Control Council. Old Jim Gray rang me just before the event and said, Alan, I've been in this council 33 years, you're well qualified. But at that time, we had the good Lord with us, and we offered it in one fell sweep. And I said, well, that's the way Altona's got to go. And when I see in the background here Billy Lee and people like that, Jack Ginnifer, unfortunately passed on, they were the ones that laid the foundation for Altona. With no wards and no party, well, they had party politics, but we had to get rid of that, and we did in 2 years and 6 to 8 months. And it was a great victory for Altona. If you ask anyone in Altona today how you want to go, they will tell you the same thing. Charlie Carson, Sid Fell, Doug Grant, various members, and Reg Watson, and we've got here someone, Pat Lynch. And I can always recall Pat Lynch saying one day when they asked me a question on fine hands, he said, don't ask me, he said, I wrote 2 halfpennies together, I can't make a pen. These are some of the things that went on, Red, when you have a look at Sid Fell there. Sid was one of the backstops then, and the leader of the council. Not very appreciated tonight. The support I've had from my family. Come right. I've seen my daughters and my son-in-law and my granddaughters here tonight to support me. They've done a lot. And they've put up a lot. Because after all, you know, you're out a fair bit, and you've got to neglect them a fair bit too. But it's been an honour to see them walk in the door tonight. When you have a look around and see people like even Les Cross and June, when we first got them into council, and that they led the team, and I had a lot of respect for them when they did lead the team. And I think Les has gone on to other fields, and he'll make a success of himself there. When I look around the various members here, when you look at the outside staff, the indoor staff, they've all been our supporters. And we've had a good working team in this council. People will knock council workers from that. Don't knock them, mate. They're doing the jobs they want, that you want done. And I'm the Jill in the middle that has to go and get them done. Anyhow, I'd like to thank all those people who have assisted me in my career with the Altona Council, especially with the aged people. We're just finishing off the Anglican homes for the aged in the Altona Meadows, a $5,600 project. Now the Catholic Church is running another one, the Catholic Church out there, the nursing home care, 50 bed and everything. These are the needs of the aged people in this municipality. May I say at this stage, you've got 2,700 people out there over 70 years of age. just imagine what you're going to have when I get a couple of years. Thank you very much.
Councillor Graham Hoskin and Betty Hoskin, could you come forward? If I could talk about Graham on my personal behalf, I was glad Graham was always there because my wife can tell you I know nothing about finance. When we got married, she took over all the money, and I'm glad that Graham has got that expertise. Graham is very much a quiet achiever. He works for a chemical company, but I always think of him as Mr. DP. A lot of people don't know Graham and misjudge the man, but I'll tell you what, he's a fantastic bloke to have on council. And when it comes to talking about finance and staff matters, Graham's unsurpassed. I've really appreciated having him on the council this year because he's been a tower of strength. Congratulations, Graham. You guys are getting out of hand this morning, aren't they? While serving on the council, you've held the portfolios of town planning, housing and finance administration. Under your leadership in these areas, the council rapidly established a strong reputation of progressive and responsive municipality that offered its community a wide variety of high quality services in an efficient, effective manner. I think that says what I was trying to say. Congratulations, Ron.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to start off by thanking my family for the support that they've given me over the past 17 years. It's one of those things that you take on with some idea of what you're involved in and the time commitment, but you certainly don't know the effect that it's going to have on your family. But I do appreciate their support, particularly their support over those 17 years, and more particularly for the 2 terms that we had the pleasure of serving you as Mayor and Mayoress of the municipality. Also to my employer, Graham, if you could please take back to senior management my thanks for their support over the past 17 years. Not once have they queried my involvement with council. I've had their support all the way through for that particular time, and I've certainly appreciated that very much. It makes it a lot easier, I can assure you, when you don't have to worry about the hour or 2 that you're taking out of your working time to attend to council business. To ex-councillor Crofts and Grant, thank you for the invitation that you extended to me 17 and a half years ago to get involved in council. I happened to spend a fair bit of time prior to that with a particular club in the area, and I have a habit of writing a few letters to council about certain matters that needed some attention from time to time. And one particular Sunday night, I got an invitation to come down and spend some time with Les and Doug to talk about something that the cricket club required. And it finished up that yes, the cricket club got what they wanted. And I think it appears as though Les and Doug got what they wanted also. But it was one night a week, and that was all of the involvement was. That's about how it started up, but it certainly didn't finish that way. To all of the councillors that I've had the pleasure of working with over those 17 years, I'd say a very big thank you for your support, particularly in the early years when you're a youngster into the particular field and you need a lot of support, and those older heads prevailed, and certainly I appreciate the support that I got from every councillor that I've had the pleasure of serving the municipality with. Also to the corporate management team, the executive staff, and also all members of staff. It's been said before tonight, and I'll say it again, that this municipality has been blessed with the council staff that it has had over the past 37 years. And I think that they really are to be complimented on the time and effort and the commitment and the efficiency with which they go about their duties on a day-to-day basis. To all of them, I say a very big thank you for the support that they have offered all of the councillors over the period of time that we've been associated. It's a sad night, but as everybody else has said, we're going to look forward. I certainly hope that the City of Hobsons Bay provides the facilities and services that the City of Altona has been able to provide over the past 37 years. I've certainly been proud to be part of it. Thank you very much.
Councillor Jeffrey Bernard and Jane, if you could come forward. Jeff is what I'd call one of the newcomers on the council, and Jeff has just got to know what it's all about and got the feel for it, and he's got to have a lay-up for a few months, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'd like to read from this in particular for Jeff. While with the council you hold the portfolio of town planning, your active involvement in local planning and development was instrumental in the council achieving a reputation as a municipality that successfully balances progressive development and residents' interests. I think Jeff particularly came into council with all those dual occupancies in Altona Meadows, and then we gave him the portfolio. You have to sort of tackle it in yourself. It's a very challenging one, and I think Jeff's done an excellent job. Congratulations, Jeff.
Jane gave me this, I went to when the police dead ball the other night, and Jane gave me some flowers so I can run my license flowers. So I can reciprocate. So clever. Very tight.
Well, I'm going to use notes because I'm a new council and not an old council, so I have to use notes. Thanks, Phil. Mr Mayor, fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that when you all arrived here tonight, there was some form of sadness within you, as this council, the City of Altona, comes towards an end of an era. The council's come a long way over the past 37 years, and is very proud of its achievements. These achievements could not possibly have been made without the support of the community. Over many years, this council has long recognised that its most important resource to this our community is you, the people of Altona. Because of this positive belief, the council has continually promoted the active participation of its residents and workers towards a better lifestyle in our community. I sincerely hope that the commissioners who will take charge of the city in the near future, and the new council when elected of Hobsons Bay, will continue to recognise and promote community awareness and continue to encourage community participation in local affairs. Your contribution in whatever area has always been appreciated in your community. To you, the people of Altona, I say thank you for allowing me to serve as a council of this fine city. It has been a privilege, and I mean that. The most rewarding learning experience, the big J curve to 5, but the most rewarding learning experience. The economy, efficiency and effectiveness of council does not just happen. They are achieved through the common commitment and concerted effort of the council's elected persons, being the councillors and the dedicated staff of the City of Altona. Council staff is led by senior officers who make up the corporate management team, who act as advisors to council on the allocation of resources, policy and major proposals. I'd like to express my sincere thanks to the team for their dedication to their respective roles, and also for their encouragement and advice for the requirements they've given me. To John Shaw, the Chief Executive Officer, Town Clerk, their team leader, Andrew Clark, the City Engineer, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Joanne Noor, the Administration Director, Mr Peter Turner, the Finance Director who keeps things straight with money-wise, and Mr Alan Gruner, the Community Service Director who works hard to keep the community running in various aspects. A special thanks to you all. And a special thanks to all the staff who are employed by the City of Altona, and in particular town planning staff who have kept me busy over the past 12 months. To our fellow councillors, I include ex-councillor Cross in this, thank you for your assistance and team spirit, which has made this council one to be proud of. I've enjoyed working with each and every one of you. To my wife Jane and my two children, Amanda and Julian, I say a very big thank you for all your support in assisting me to be a councillor for this fine city. Your efforts have been tremendous, whether it be getting out the shirt, making sure I'm on time or whatever, but they have been tremendous, and I really appreciate that. Mr Mayor, fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen, it has been my honour to serve the City of Altona, and if the opportunity presents itself in the future, I hope that I may be able once again to serve this community in the new city of Hobsons Bay. Thank you.
Councillor Zurich and Carl, could you come forward, please? Oh, sorry, my apologies. I did that deliberately. I left Councillor Murdoch out. He'll never forgive me for that. Councillor Murdoch and Angela, could you come forward, please? I'm secretly glad I did that, Councillor Murdoch, because he's always giving everybody a hard time, but I did it in all innocence. I apologise, Dick and Angela. Can I, Dick and I shared a very sad thought on Sunday because the Swans got beaten by Footscray. So there's always hope for the other side. But can I say that, Dick, you've been an ornament since you've been on council. I think Dick, more than any council that I've noticed, has slipped right into the mode of being a councillor. He's got a good way with people, and I think he's a good support. Dick's one of those that when you put items up on the agenda, and ex-councils understand this, and people on committees, Dick never lets anything get past. If he was a wicket keeper, those fast balls would never go through. Just when you think everything's going to go quickly, Dick will pick up a little item and say, "Excuse me, I'd just like to ask a little question about this." Angela's nodding her head on the right there. And then, you must do that there too. And then a little question becomes a great big question, and suddenly there's a whole great discussion going on, and Dick's got it going. But he is a serious-minded person, he's dedicated, and it's been a great pleasure to have Dick as a colleague on council. Congratulations, Dick.
I wasn't going to use any notes until I heard Councillor Bernard said it signifies the old from the new, so I quickly scribbled some. Mr Mayor, fellow councillors and their partners, council officers and staff, and I must say this is a delight to see so many of the staff here tonight, and to you people, special guests. When I joined the Altona Council some short 2 years ago, I knew that I was joining an effective and an efficient unit that had been, was and still is very accountable to the people of the City of Altona. So it seems a little ironic that those factors, namely efficiency and effectiveness and accountability, are now the basis for this current reform of local government. However, be that as it may, I too would like to use this platform to convey some thanks. Firstly, I would like to thank the people of Altona for the privilege of serving as a councillor in this city, and it has indeed been a privilege. I have to say I've found it very enlightening and most satisfying. I would also like to say to the two mayors that I had the honour of serving under, to you ex-councillor Les Crofts, who's been a friend of mine for many, many years. We used to play cricket together. Les was in the seniors, I was in the juniors. And to you, Councillor Dwayne, even though that little old lady I know never got a ride in the mayoral car, that's sort of an in-jacket. To my fellow councillors and their partners, to the very dedicated staff of the City of Altona, I say a sincere but simple thank you for helping this reasonably new kid on the block find his way. To my wife Angela and to my family, who have always been very supportive in everything I do, and I'll tell you I do just about everything, I do say, show my gratitude once again. I guess if there is a plus for this amalgamation, it may be that I won't have to wear a name tag at the dinner table. My one hope is that the many best practices and the many high values that have characterised the City of Altona Council for many, many years can emerge and find their way into the new council of the City of Hobsons Bay. Thank you very much.
This time, Councillor Zurich. Come.
I think that Tony always felt that being the last council and only on for a year, he was going to learn a lot. If I was only on council for a year, you only just get the ropes, to know the ropes after the first 12 months. You're just starting to work out what it's all about. And I look upon Tony as being in that position. I think that most of the other councils feel have had a long and fruitful career on council. I sympathise with Tony in the sense that he's only just learning the ropes and have chopped him off in midstream. But I think it's been a pleasure to have Tony on council. And I'd just like to read something here because I think this applies very particularly to Tony. During your term as a councillor, you held the portfolio of Family and Children's Services. Your keen interest in this area of the council activities and your input in the council's policies and programs ensured the delivery of family and children's services of the highest quality to the Altona community. Congratulations.
From the reasonably new kid on the block to the new kid on the block. It has been a short career, but in that short career I've really enjoyed. But again, I prefer to use notes in case I forget somebody and I'll myself and I'll sit down and I'll know I've forgotten somebody. So please bear with me. I'd like to say it has been a great privilege to have served on local government for the past 10 months. Although my career in local government was cut short, I can honestly say I enjoyed serving on the city of the Altona City Council. During my 10 months, there have been two highlights that I would like to refer to. One being the fight for the Altona Hospital and the other being amalgamations. Both times, the council called on the people of Altona for their support, and both times the people rallied. It is this loyalty that makes me proud to live in Altona, and I also believe that this loyalty will grow, and when the time comes and the new municipality is formed, the people once again will rally and elect a council that will continue to continue the standard of work that our past and present councillors have achieved. So to the people of Altona, I will always remember your great support and thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve on this council. To my fellow councillors, it has been an honour to have served on the same council with such devoted councillors. I would like to thank you for your encouragement and support you have shown me, and wish you all the best for what the future may hold for you. To the staff and senior officers, I believe the next 12 months will be a trying time for you all. But I know your loyalty and dedication will help develop a new municipality, one that we can all be proud of. And to you all, I wish to express my sincere thanks for making my time in council a memorable one. In the gallery tonight, I've noticed there are many people who gave up their time to serve on committees. These people, I believe, are the quiet achievers. I also send my gratitude to you, because I believe the hours that are given are not noted within the people, you wouldn't know who these people are, but the endless time they're given is one that you should be proud of, and I salute you too. And finally, one should not forget the strength behind any council, and that is the representative partners. To my family and my wife, I wish to thank you for all that you have done to enable me to be involved in my civic duties. But before I go, I would like to say it has been a tremendous privilege to play a small part in making Altona a great place in which to live, work and play. Thank you very much.
presentation to ex-councillor Cross and June Cross. Do I call you forward, Les? It was sad for the council that we ended up with 8 councillors and not 9, because due to circumstances of being commissioner, Les had to resign from council. But all I can say in recommending Les, which is not up to me to do really, but on behalf of you, I'd like to thank Les for all the time he's put in. Les was the last Shire president, correct? And the first mayor of the municipality, and he only missed out by 1 by being the last mayor. But I think the thing is that Les, you and I know Les, and Les has put his whole heart and soul into Altona, and I think the press dubbed him the Godfather. So I think there may be no greater recommendation than that. Les Cross. I think it needs to be said that we used to call him Croftopopolis on the council, because Les, while serving on the council, held the portfolios of finance, staff and administration, migrant liaison, major projects, heritage and multicultural. The wisdom and depth of experience that she brought to these important portfolios assisted the council to achieve excellence in the provision of service in these areas. My only regret is that Les wasn't here to be a councillor at the very end, but I'm glad we were able to put him into the program. Congratulations, Les.
Mr Mayor, councillors, councillors' wives, officers and their wives, past councillors, and I believe distinguished guests one and all. It has been said, of course, that the older councillors may not have needed notes, and I thought that it would be better, as Councillor Summers said, to speak from the heart this evening. Looking around the audience this evening, can I say I'm pleased and so pleased and proud to see so many of you with whom I've had the privilege of working over the last near enough to 28, 29 years. Former councillors and their wives, current councillors and their wives, past officers and their wives, outdoor staff who are here tonight. What a great privilege, what a great team we have. You know, I've been in Rotary for a number of years and I get fined every time I go there because Jeff Bernard's been down the tip. He's the minister for the tip, you know. He goes down the tip and they got me in, they say, Crofty's been here, he came back to trailer, we've got back to trailer for him. So I see my colleagues who are back my trailer for me and it's been great. This is a family spirit. Can I just one or two anecdotes and say, you know, Jim Waters was mentioned earlier, and it's great to see James and Betty here, and it is Sid and Elizabeth, and my old friend Reg Watson, who I've had the privilege of training bowls with. We are at that era, Reg, we are, got to admit, we're getting old. And Dorothy. Well, I can imagine, Mr Mayor, that Dorothy did fill you in because she never missed the opportunity of asking for something whenever she saw me, including seats down on the beachfront where they could go and sit, etc. But then I remember one night, things pretty hectic in council, and Bill Lee was holding forth as only Bill could, and a great contributor to the city's progress in those early days was Bill, and I pay tribute. I believe that I owe a lot to Bill Lee and his late wife Brenda for many things that we talk about, many things that he explained to me when I first entered council, and I pay tribute to Bill Lee particularly for what I learned about local government from Bill Lee, and I mean that very sincerely, and I do want to say that to Bill here this evening. Also the late Jack Jennifer, who was a personal friend of mine, but although we were perhaps on the different side of the fence at times, I was always able to speak with Jack because we were personal friends, and I had the privilege of many times of visiting Jack's home and speaking with Audrey and his family. But never once did, of course, leave his side out of it. But he and I used to share the polling booths together and say to everyone else, just to be a real one. Mr. Jack went home, I handed out his card. If I was awake for a little cup of tea with Cat Summers, might have been providing that for me. I'd be able to rely that Jack was handing out my cards to me too. The spirit of local government prevailed. One night we had a pretty hectic time, and the debate was going on. We had ex-councillor Richards holding forth and ex-councillor Pat Lynch. Well, it went on for some time, and Pat and Ray looked at one another and said, well, draw blind. I won't say it's real, draw blind. If we Rich can't agree, he said, where is this place going? I think Pat will remember that night. But, you know, it's a great experience. And whilst I have been appointed, first of all, administrator for the Shire of Strathfield, so by the Minister, to run that municipality for something like 9 months up there at Bendigo, I believe it was a tribute to the City Council of Altona, the officers and the people, for the manner in which I was perhaps trained. I gained from that experience, and when the Minister asked me to do that job, take control of the council, the administration, and make the decisions of local government in that area, I felt that it was in part a tribute to the City of Altona. And of course, only about beginning around about the end of March, the Minister called me to his office and asked me if I would accept the role as a Commissioner. Well, you know, Commissioners haven't had a good name, so I felt there again that if the Minister asked me to do that job in the greater city of Bendigo now, and there's 5 councils being brought into one council. It's a mammoth job, I can assure you. I missed a council meeting up there tonight. In fact, the chairman said to me, "You're not going to stay for that, Les. You're going to take your time in driving home. You're not going to rush it." That's Mr. Peter. I said, "Been with him all day, as I have with my other Commissioner colleagues. It's a 12-hour day job, ladies and gentlemen, and last week was a 7-day job." And the Minister was quite polite when he said to me, "Yes, you accept this position of Commissioner," he said, "you will not be able to continue on the City of Altona." The hardest decision I'll have to make in my life, ladies and gentlemen, was to give away something that was close to my heart for the last 28 odd years. And I didn't do it lightly. It worried me, it concerned me, it gave me sleepless nights, I'll be honest. But I can assure you that I made the right decision, because now I can see my deeper involvement is going to reflect, I believe, on the City of Altona anyway. And it's been said to me many a time, well, this is the way you did it at Altona. I said, yes. Applicant objector meetings even on Thursday and Friday night, some we produced here many years ago, and they just work it out there amongst themselves, the applicant and the objector, and I appreciated that because I learned it from Councillor Bill Summers and other councillors. You know, we've got Bill and Jeff here looking after the objector meetings. I think it's a great success in local government, looking at people doing things instead of going to the applicant, instead of going to the Minister Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, I could speak on, and I don't want to bore you to tears. Can I say, Mr. Mayor and councillors, I appreciate the opportunity of serving the City of Altona and the people of Altona for all those years. My many colleagues that are here tonight, past colleagues, the ladies that have been such a great support to each of the councillors, my wife and my family. I couldn't do it without their support. I couldn't do it without your support, or the past council support, the past officers and the staff support. And it's been encouraging to me to have received such generous support and just generous comments, despite the fact I had to resign to do this other major job. I've had the comments from my council colleagues that come to me personally and express their support and hope that I'll still be around Altona. I don't think I'll ever leave Altona, because firstly my wife won't leave. Secondly, I won't leave because I hope to meet too many friends in the City of Altona. One day I'll have to get back bowling balls, so you'll still be around, but I certainly have to get back bowling someday. But really, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a tremendous privilege to serve under people like James Waters and Betty Waters, Sid Bell and Elizabeth Bell, for John, and of course he was so fortunate. I don't like to introduce this kind of thing, but when we lost Lorraine, we all felt it very deeply. We know that John is getting plenty of support now. So once again, thank you for the privilege and the honour that we bestowed on June and I this evening. I greatly appreciate it. And I will be around Altona for many years to come, and I'll have to look upon you all as my friends. Thank you. I've got the solution for Lucy to come back as Commissioner, can't we?
Mr Mayor, councillors, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Steve Clement, to come forward if he would and make a presentation to the Mayor.
Thank you, John. You thought the Mayor was getting out of it, he wasn't. His 18 years as a councillor, one of these things that we've appreciated, like everybody else, he's done his little bit. I hope the emphasis was on the little. But Mr Mayor, this also is an appreciation of the time and effort that you have given to the City of Altona. 3 times as Mayor, and yes, your wife did come up. What's the Mayor said? Come on. I can't say nice things about Helen if you're sitting here laughing. But 3 times as Mayor, and I think I can really assure you, Nanny, that you won't go down in history as being known as the last Mayor. You will go down as being the Mayor of the City of Altona that I give you. One of the strengths of Altona and Altona Council is teamwork. And like all good football teams, you have a good skipper. And we've always had some skippers, and you've been a good skipper over your life. And I'll say on behalf of the council. Thanks, Helen. He doesn't want
If I could just briefly respond, because I think there are some things we have to say this evening, and I really believe that the key to the council is not the Mayor. The key to the council is the councillors. And I'd like to pay tribute to the councillors and the officers, because I think it's the teamwork that makes Altona a good place. And you know, when you're looking for something to say, I was reading a newspaper article, it was a letter to the editor, and this person in his letter quoted C.S. Lewis, and I was particularly touched with this quote because it seemed to me very relevant to what people are saying today. And C.S. Lewis, who, if you don't know, was the subject of Shadowland, if you saw the film, said these particular words. And he said these 40 years ago, and I thought, well, there's my cue. This is what he was saying 3 years before the Altona Council started. Listen to the words and see if they strike you the same way as they struck me. While we believe that good is something to be invented, we demand of our rulers such qualities as vision, dynamism, creativity and the like. While we believe that good is something to be invented, we demand of our rulers such qualities as vision, dynamism, creativity and the like. If we return to this objective view, we should demand qualities much rarer and much more beneficial. And here's where I'd like to pay my tribute to my fellow councillors and the officers who I think display these qualities. And these are the qualities he comes forward with. Virtue, knowledge, diligence and skill. Virtue, knowledge, diligence and skill. I think you've seen a lot of those here this evening. He's got in inverted commas, the vision is for sale, or claims to be for sale, everywhere. And don't we hear everybody talking about their vision of the new municipalities and the new order and all the new things that they want to have, neglecting the good that's happening in the present. And that's the part that really irks me. That a good council like Altona, they want to amalgamate with some mighty vision that they hope is going to work. Let's hope it works. I'm not going to be negative. My wife told me don't mention amalgamations tonight, don't talk about anything negative. But what he also says, and I finished off with this C.S. Lewis, he says, but give me a man, these days you'd probably say a person, give me a person who will do a day's work for a day's pay, who will refuse bribes, who will not make up his facts, and who has learned his job. That's my tribute to the councillors and the workers of the City of Altona. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd now like to invite Mrs Marie Clement, the wife of the Deputy Mayor, to come forward and make a presentation to the Mayor at the Altona that at the end of the mayoral term, the mayor is presented with a photographic album depicting the achievements of the mayor and the council throughout that particular mayoral term. And this is put together by the staff, who take a great deal of pride and pleasure in putting it together. And tonight I'd like to pay particular thanks to my secretary, Netta Walker, and also to Julie Fitzgibbon in putting this album together. In a moment, I'll make a presentation of it to the Mayor and the Mayoress. However, before I do that, I would like to take this opportunity of saying on behalf of the staff just how much we have appreciated the teamwork and the cooperation that has existed between the councillors and the staff and the community of Altona. I too find that it's very sad that we're now at this stage where things are about to change quite drastically, but we need to accept the fact that it's going to change. There are many people around that believe the change is for the better. I believe now that it is our job to make sure that that change is for the better and we make the most of the opportunity that is about to be presented to us. As Chief Executive Officer, I've been extremely proud of the achievements of the Council, and by that I mean councillors and staff working with the team over the 8 years that I've been in that position. When I came to Altona, I had a personal ambition to make certain that if we weren't there at that time, and we may well have been, that we would have got into the top 5 metropolitan councils. And as I say, I don't know just where we sat at that time, but I believe along the track we certainly achieved that, and I later on set the target somewhat higher. I announced them to the council and to the staff that we were going for the top billing. Now it's very hard to judge whether we actually made that or not, but I've got one very good way of being able to work out whether or not we were, if not there, certainly very close. And that is that a couple of years ago, I was headhunted to take a job on as Chief Executive of the council that I felt before that time was probably the most successful council in metropolitan Melbourne. I knocked that job back because I felt that that municipality could not offer the job satisfaction and the achievement that I found that we could attain at Altona. So from that one measure, I believe that it's a pretty good indication that we were very close to the top of the tree. And that came about through dedication, teamwork and cooperation. Right throughout the organisation, from the very top to the very bottom, whether people be full-time, part-time, voluntary or whatever. And I feel very proud to have been Chief Executive of the City of Altona. I certainly hope that we can go on to bigger and better things in Hobsons Bay, and that's my objective. But thank you for the privilege so far of being able to work in this community. Sent me with this photographic album, which depicts many of the highlights during your somewhat shortened term on this occasion as Mayor and Mayoress of Altona. And I hope that you get just as much pleasure out of going through this album as I know you have in going through the previous 2 that you've been presented with. Please accept this with the thanks of our staff.
All I can say, just talking about changes and all those things, I've already had warnings that on Tuesday nights I'm not to touch the television. Just keep right away from that television, it doesn't belong to you. That's the sort of inverse way my family's saying they're going to welcome me home on Tuesday nights. I think it only remains to close the meeting, and in closing the meeting meeting, I'd like to say that something that we've had in Altona has been stability in service and pride. And I think, looking back to 1957, that challenge that was given to the fledgling little shire that started off, the same challenge comes to us now. And I think the future will judge us not on what we hold on to, but what we do from here on. Can I, in closing the meeting, officially declare that the future is open? And it's open to us to take up the challenge of the new Hobsons Bay. Tonight, as I said, is an evening of celebration. We celebrate all the achievements we had in the past, but we don't rest there. We take up the challenge of the new municipality and we make it work, just like those predecessors, the Watsons and those other councillors that have gone before us, showed us what to do. We now take up the challenge and move into the future. Can I invite you to do that, and more particularly, can I invite you to supper? Thank you for coming this evening. Thank you. Could you all move out for supper? Thank you. I think it's outside. Could you just sit down for a minute? I want to get a photo, do you? The photographer just arrived lately. My apologies, just sit quickly and we'll get a photo of the council sitting down with the crowd in the background. How's that, Stephen? You'll have to pay us a lot for this, Stephen. Yes.
Oh, gee. Right, this is a video you can move.
Andrew Park and the rest of the officers. Come on, get all the officers, please. Come on. Come on, Les. Go on, Alan.
Oh, I've knocked it again. Under the carpet. He's finished with now, isn't he?
One more. Actually, two more. One more. What's the smile too, Barry?
Oh, you've arrived. You've just arrived.
No, he's been here.
Get a bit of country going, man.
Righto, Stephen Milne from the Western Times. One of their favourite reporters. I gotcha. Pam?
Yes, Barry.
Oh, yeah.
Long time no see.
I really don't think they we turned it off then. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Neil sold their house.
Barry.
How's it going?
Hang on, mate.
Good.
You have to pay for this every time, Barry.
Oh, yeah.
Before you go past.
Hi, Lois.
Barry, well done.
All right.
Hi, Barry.
Oh, yeah. How are you? You going all right? Yes, all right. Give us one in the ear.
Hello, Barry.
Nelson.
What's your birthday?
Hello. How are you?
What's your birthday? Good on your birthday. Right, okay.
The mafia will pay for this. Big Al.
Good, yeah, mate.
Did I get in before? Censor this, Barry. We'll censor it.
There he is, Les. You should be at historical meeting, Angela.
I think we're all here, all the relics, aren't we?
I think so, the old ones. Plenty there, plenty there.
Very handsome.
How are you, big
All right,
mate?
mate. How are you?
Good, mate.
Have they been in touch with you about our bus trip?
No, no. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll do anything for love. Yeah, that'll be all right.
Can you see the boss and get a time off?
Give me, I haven't got the diary.
We'll get the rest.
There he is.
Who's sitting in the back row? In the back row? Around somewhere. Just take care of that. Well, the break had taken my Good. My first boss. How are you, Barry?
Good one, Charlie.
Congratulations, you're still doing a good job.
Got your medal on, I see.
I put it on when I saw you with yours. Had it in my pocket.
Can we keep moving,
Good one, Alan. We're into the inner sanctum.
Please come in.
Where is he? Was that Julie?
You did a very good
More relaxed, are you?
Oh, yeah. Be it, chum.
Here we go.
Video, we can
Got to take the lens cap off again, Barry.
That's right.
Three
3 times.
times, you broke it.
Did I? Oh, give us a look at your medals close up. Just come in the light. Yeah, that'll do.
Barry, I didn't thank my family in there, so I better thank them now on the TV.
Now, what's happening to the garments, Mr. Mayor? Historical Society, can they get them?
They reckon that they're going to be kept in the foyer of the civic officers thing. That's the plan.
Me, I'll get a photo.
That's what I'm doing. I'm thanking my family now.
Now, big thank you for the family, officially.
I'd like to officially thank my family, in particular Rebecca and Luke and Gavin and Dan. I'd like to officially thank them. I've left it till we got onto the video.
Now, last but not least, the two loveliest ladies there.
We're just the luggage carriers. Hello, Barry. You got the program, Barry?
Yes, I have.
You got the program.
Here's Barry taking moving to the food. And they didn't know whether they'd have 3 wards of... 3 wards. 4 wards.
He's taking a few just shots here and there. What are you all smiling for?
How's been going, all right?
That's all. How'd you know him? Here's a good couple here. Hello, Gracie. What do you got to say? Come on. Beryl's turn.
I don't get a chance to say anything because you never stop talking.
No, you don't give me a chance, that's it. You're already going backwards. Yeah.
That's lovely.
You got it all.
Isn't it?
Everybody will play when they going in.
Put it away, Barry.
The battery's flat, but
Well, Liz, it's been a good one, mate. Good innings.
good innings. Yes, at least I resigned. I never got dismissed.
And here's Ron.
You had your last say. Yeah, I had my last say. Thanks, actually, Barry. I'm not so good at that,
Who's that blood? Hello there, Barry.
How you doing? G'day.
It's not recording, there's no
You
record.
should be at Historical Society tonight.
I am at the historical event that would take place in Altona, Barry.
Oh, that's... and Lorraine.
She's recruiting new members. See, she's done it.
That's lovely.
But I haven't seen lady when it's go away, Barry.
The mayoral chain and the robe. Right. You're Danny without his robe. Will he be wearing them on Friday night?
No, once we all go Barry. Once they all go out, there's 12
Chief organisers, Margaret Evans.
My sister, Noel.
Wait, your sister?
Assistant.
Oh, I thought you said your sister, no.
Sister, no close up.
And look, I've got the photo of the bar and in the background. Is that appropriate?
His assistant is...
Now, what's this young fella's name?
Anthony.
Anthony.
Sheik.
Probably not even...
Sheik of Arabic. No, it's not even going. I can't see the red light going. He's making monkeys now.
She's done a wonderful job tonight. going with? And Bruce?
How are you, Ben?
Fine, thank you.
No, he's running out of film. Doing the right thing.
We've got some lovely footage on this tonight.
He's actually holding it steady. You won't get out more often, Baz. This is the sort of thing you're highlighting.
Are you going to stir up Hobsons Bay?
Of course I'm going to stir it up. Why not? One of my old stirrers here. We go.
Sean? Sean Swim School.
Spread the word, Barry.
Pre-commercials, eh? Is it as good as the RSL?
Hi, Barry.
All about you, so with a good bloke here. That'd be shocking.
We're roaming reporters.
I hope we didn't see them. What do you drink into at the same time? That's pretty good, Barry.
Getting steadier.
Barry loves taking a picture.
Yes.
Who's this?
Hello, Ron. How are you? All right.
How are you, Bridie?
You happy with the Hawks and all that?
Can you pour a beer now, Ron?
Can you pull a beer now?
Did you hear that on the
Yeah, I heard that, but like, he didn't know what a good beer looked like.
How are you going?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Very well. Off you go now.
Mr. and Mrs. Jurger are a good friend of my father, weren't you?
Near phone, yeah?
Here's Peter. Here's a man on the road sweeper.
Yeah, it's me.
Keep Altona beautiful, man.
That's it there.
Okay.
Here's for you.
That's it. Have you got it marked down? Glass 4, glass 5.
G'day, ladies. This is history, isn't it, girl? What have you got to say?
A very sad and auspicious occasion tonight. I don't know what I feel. I wish it would hurry up and happen because I don't really like all the uncertainty. But anyway, it's been good tonight, and it's very sad, basically. Thanks.
Never miss an opportunity.
Oh, no. You're a great mate, you are, Barry.
Got the microphone on
This is going to truth, it is.
If we talk, are you recording what we say?
Yes, we are.
Oh, that's bad luck.
Tell him to keep on the face.
Yeah, keep on the face. That's bad enough, but there are worse bits.
A wide angle there.
You've seen it, Barry.
Well, I hope that you've got a nice shot there, Barry, because if you have, it's a miracle, mate.